Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome in. Get yourself settled in. We've got a 2-hour-long episode of this damn thing to do today. I have in my hand a mechanical pencil, and in front of me a sheet of paper to write down what else is, well, what's going to happen soon. But this ad again. Oh, Michael, I hate when you get like the same ad constantly. That's why people use ad block. And for once, Simulate can't be angry at me because I didn't hit 9k on stream. So let me... I'm going to lose chat here. I'm going to be very honest. I'm going to lose chat here. Because I need to cover up the screen. So that I can do this. Yes, we have the Wheel of Rules. The wheel. Oh god, the wheel. Now, I said the 9,000 sub special would be a triple spin, so... Spin number 1. Okay. Wait, I don't have grains. Okay. That rule makes no sense, so I'm gonna do a second first spin. Because I just realized that rule wouldn't make any sense. Okay, so rule number 1 is no soybeans to come in today. No more no soybeans ever. Rule number 2 is I swear I removed that. Rule number 2 is I have to close the gates. Okay, and rule number 3 in this hellish triple spin is no using infinite triggers. No using infinite seed triggers, seeing as I'm not using fertilizer. Alright. So now I just need to find where on earth I've put this scene. Is it that one? Yes, it was that one. There we go. That wasn't too cruel. That was quite a nice triple spin. So I have them written down now on a sheet of paper, and I'll put them into the Google Doc after the stream. So without further ado, I was just up here to take a thumbnail because I didn't want to have the class on the muck spreader twice in a row. What do I think of the new Video Giants released? I think it's quite good. I quite like it. Julius AOTN, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the RainbowDave Madhouse. Hope you enjoy your stay. Just FYI, guys, because I was watching a stream last night and this started happening. There is a very small chance that YouTube will start derping horrifically and start desyncing sound. That's something that if you just change the no, still in the comments, Foxtrot, so I don't have to start writing that kind of stuff down as well. That's why I keep saying the comments, because then at least it's all in one spot and I only have to open up one thing. Yeah, there's a bug with YouTube at the moment. I saw it on Jimmy Broadbent's stream last night, where tables, where it will occasionally desync, and there's nothing I can do to fix it. It's all going to be on your guys' end. If you just change the resolution, it'll fix. It'll fix itself. Where do I live? Ireland. County Tipperary, Ireland, to be a bit more exact, and that's about as exact as you're gonna get. So, The plan is we're going to try and get the manure done. We're going to try and get the manure finished today. Because I'm bored of doing manure. This music that is playing right now is from FTL Faster Than Light, and I love it. I absolutely love that game and I love the song. Is Sim going live at 7? No. Mr. Simulate said that he was wanting to do videos. He was salt out. Have some salt, sir. Salt to you. You've had your salt out. I presume that's what you meant. Hey, Lane. Never seen this manure spreader before. I've never used it, not once have I ever used this manure spreader. I'm really tempted to swap it out for something else, but I need to get lots of money together really quickly. Need to get money together as quickly as I possibly can, in fact. There's a lot of stuff I want to buy ASAP, and swapping out equipment is not something that's going to help with that. Music sounds a lot like Mega Man. It does. Some of the music in this is really good and sounds like well, it's chiptunes, so it sounds like music from 80s 80s video games, which I love. Hey, thingy. Money cheat. Not allowed, Foxtrot. That's banned as per the rules. Do I like Fent? I do like Fent. Do you like Fent? So the funny thing is Sim's trying to take my own jokes and use them against me. Pokemon. It. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Stop. Good John Deere. That wasn't scary. Do I have a car? I do not have a car. Nor do I have a motorcycle. Nor do I have a license to drive any of those things. Balancing Juan Deere. You like class, Julius? I do like class myself. I like the color scheme they have. Oh, well, that was somebody being serious that I made a joke out of. So it's technically my joke. Look at my beautiful number plate that I made. Look at my beautiful number plate. The VW, isn't it? Oh, that's my VW shirt. I was trying to get another one yesterday, and they were all too small or way too expensive. Although I did get quite a nice shirt that I will eventually wear on stream. I absolutely love it. I love what it says. Because it's a fat joke. And I quite like fat jokes. Hey, Gasper. I'm so entertaining. You'd be the first person to say that ever. I've gone to the wrong field. Do I like Fords? Yes, I do actually. Quite like old Ford tractors. 8340, 7840 be my favourites, the old 40s. But I do like the old Ford Forces as well. Forgot what shirt. I don't care what shirt I wear every day. I don't have any ugly Christmas sweaters, Jace. Crumble! Hello, you missed the triple spin. Which ended up being a quintuple spin because one rule came up made no sense. And the other came up was the one that came in, was it today? No, yesterday, because I didn't have a video today. Oddly enough, the lack of a video today wasn't because I was planning on doing this. I just couldn't be bothered recording yesterday because I was... Like, I came in from... I came in from shopping at like 6. and just didn't feel up to it. You need to play this map on Seasons, it looks so good. It is so much better with Seasons. Now granted, it is also very nice with... just realised I am supposed to be closing the gates now. It is also very nice with the tweaks that I've done with grazing mod in, and the one that Glengar did with hose mod. Because number one, so hose mod just makes slurry so much more, I guess, fun to do. Would that be the right word to use? Fun, the right word? It makes it so much better because it's not just drive up, hit R, wait, drive off. It's drive up, get out, attach the slurry pump, turn on the slurry pump. You know, the hose mod just adds more steps to the process. It makes it a bit more fun for me, at least. Might not be your guys' idea of fun, but it's my idea of fun. That's, shows how weird I am, really, I guess. So what did we all think of the little Mahindra teaser that came out today from Giants? I know I didn't do a video on it. I had to look through it, and honestly, I didn't feel like I could add anything to that video. I think it's a great little teaser. The Mahindra Retriever obviously being a pre-order bonus. And, yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff going on there. I don't do shoutouts, dude. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that I didn't notice because I only really looked through the video the once. But I didn't feel like there was anything I could add to it. I felt like the video spoke for itself for the most part. Nice little Mahindra. I was kind of right about the flagged area in Ravenport being an off-road racetrack, which was kind of cool. Did I see the warning at the bottom of the video? I don't think so. I mean, I could open up the video again and have a look. Hello, Matt. How are you doing today, Matt? Matt the magnificent Lego maker. Farming Simulator's #1 Lego vehicle maker. Dave likes playing with slurry hoses. I do, Maxim, I really do. Said you must wear your seatbelt while driving real life. That is probably because it does involve a vehicle where there's no seatbelts involved. And it's like, yeah, we don't want to appear like we're encouraging this, so let's just put a little disclaimer in. Please wear seatbelts. It's like how Forza, when you open it, says some of the driving depicted here is dangerous and should not be attempted in real life. And you get into the game and it's like, oh, did it say you must wear a helmet? Yeah, you really should. I know that 90% of people who drive UTVs and ATVs don't, but you know, that's putting your life in your own hands then. But the little Mahindra looks lovely. I quite like it. I am a fan of the little Mahindra, and when 19 comes out, I'm going to be playing about with that. And like, if I do host a multiplayer at any point, we'll do Mahindra races, because that looks like fun. It looks like a lot of fun, actually. JD Gator against Mahindra. So the problem is the JD Gator would only work for people who have the collector's edition. And I'm probably not going to get the collector's edition, so no Gator for me. Unless I find it on a dodgy mod site. Yeah, DJ, that's exactly it. It's like, it's a game, there's gonna be unrealistic stuff. you should really wear helmets when you're on that kind of stuff anyway, just in case it flips. Looking at you, Simulator Gaming. But you know, it's up to you. Especially if you're driving around private property. If you're on public roads, then yes, you actually... I think it's a legal requirement that you do wear a helmet. So that's our second... well, our first one of the day, but our second tank of manure gone. Unfortunately, this is pretty much all we can do right now. This is pretty much all I can do is spread manure, because one of the rules is that this farm is an organic farm now. So I'm only allowed to do organic fertilizer. Which sucks in a way. Because it's going to take so long to do everything. It's just going to take an age to do everything because of the organic only. Do you know what? I'm gonna take the financial hit. I've decided I actually need to take the financial hit and swap this out for something a bit bigger. Just because this is gonna take forever if I don't. So we're gonna get rid of the Abbey, unfortunately. Gonna keep the Abbey 2500 slurry spreader just because that is so nice. And what we're gonna grab is in manure spreaders. I can't afford the Jaskin Tornado. Now I can. Using 0 money cheats. Can't even complain because I used the mechanics of the game there. Neener, 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 neener. No rule against me taking out loans to buy equipment. I bought pigs on Friday and I bought more on Monday. Oh well. That's just a thing, I guess. I was told that I didn't, so I figured I'd be better off just being safe there. Hopefully this can... Hopefully this tractor can actually run the tornado. Can you guys vote to remove a rule? Well, it'd have to be kind of a pretty large consensus, and the consensus about organic only is that it's actually quite a good idea, so... I'm figuring you want to get rid of organic only, Barn Lodge, and yeah, no, people like that one. The first person only rule was got rid of because everybody hated it. I might be working the class a bit hard. I might well be doing that, yeah. But if it works, it works. Oh, this is much bigger than the Abbey. Holy cow. So the Abbey was full after basically 2 buckets. This is going to be full after 5. You guys saw nothing. Sim said you had a very Bristolian accent. Yeah, you do actually. If I get the more materials mod, I can buy potato boxes, sell it as wool for 3k profit, and technically not cheating. I mean I could, but I don't see the point of doing that. A tornado would lift the tractor so it wouldn't pull the tornado. I mean that's not happening in the game, so... I'm going off what the game says about these things. Nah, he was genuinely amazed in TeamSpeak. It was because we were on TeamSpeak and he was genuinely stunned by it. The deer's starting to tip. Yeah, it likes doing that when I've got the bucket full of something or other. I mean, I just kind of ignore the fact that the John Deere is a bit tippy. You guessed we were on Team Stick. Why would you guess that? Was it because we all just waltzed in at about the same time? And just kept making the title joke? Okay, now she's struggling a bit with 7 tons of manure on the back. But I think this should work. I think this should work in theory. If it doesn't, I'm screwed. Did you go into the long, complicated app? Yeah, that's the annoying thing about doing streaming in general. Sometimes the titles just refuse to change for whatever reason. YouTube tends to be quite good on that front, though. As much as I complain about YouTube, it tends to be quite good at actually changing the titles when you want the titles to change. This is full bore. Stu, you might be right at 2K's uphill while spreading. That's assuming this can run the spreader in the first place. I've not tested that yet. Okay, it can. That's a bonus. It can run the spreader. Looks quite big for twin axle. It's probably... I would argue it's probably about right for twin axle. There we go. Now we're spreading manure. And at quite a good speed, might I add. There's autosave kicking. Hello, Agrivids Ireland! This is way wider, yeah, and it's actually going slightly faster, I think. Like, I was thinking about getting the Tornado, because I have seen them in real life. I've seen a Juskin Tornado. Let's see how bad it gets uphill, though. 7, 8. I can deal with this. Like, I can deal with it going 7, 8, 9 Ks uphill. If it was 2, I'd be complaining and having problems and rethinking it. But 7, 8, 9 is fine. Considering your 10-ton spreader single axle. Yeah, this is probably in total about 10 tons. Including the weight of the actual spreader itself. So much better. Yeah, I mean, it's physically slower, but because it's spreading so much wider, it's not really that big of a deal. Like, it is a lot slower going uphill, but it's doing basically 3 passes at once, maybe even 4. So, is that really that big of a deal? I don't think so. In fact, I think I might be able to use the tram lines. Let's give it a try with... I'm just going to choose 2 at random here. Let's try it with this tram line here. As you can see, it's got space to turn now, and... I'm just going to test... Oh, this is going to work with the tram lines! This is perfect. How is Dave tonight? Dave is very good tonight. Dave is a bit tired, though. Dave is always a bit tired. But I'm good. I might run off and get some Pepsi in a minute though. Oh, look at that beauty. Look at that. Just manure everywhere. Beautiful, perfection, delicious. Well, not deliciousness. You would not want to eat this. But that's what I'm talking about. We'll have this field done in no time. Hey, FS Legend. What time am I streaming till? About 7 o'clock Irish time. Which will be 1900 on the top right up here. Pepsi, a poor man's Coke. I prefer Pepsi. Slight overlap, but I'm not short on supply, and if I run low, I can just generate more. I prefer Pepsi to Coke. I'm one of those weirdos that actually prefers Pepsi. I mean, I do have a bottle of water set beside me as well, so it's not like I don't have anything to drink. My horsepower is the deer 183, I think, off the top of my head. I am going to at some point need to move the wool pallets. They're kind of in the way. Give up playing with the Muckatron after losing count of the breakages. Yeah, what you kind of have to do, Stu, and I'll give you a little tip, is read through the Lua and you'll actually notice that there's some point where it says, like, it's talking, granted it's a Lua file, but it's referring to, like, filling and speed and something, and that's what you're kind of looking to try and find. I think it's something or other rate is the word you're kind of looking for. Pepsi Max is minging. I love Pepsi Max. Pepsi Max is so much nicer than Coke. After Germany, you'd say I'll hit 10k in no time? Maybe. Special! Hello, Simulate. UKL Army, hello. Pepsi or Coke or whatever. Well, yeah, that too, Matt. But the problem with full fat Coke anyway, I'll drink Diet Coke, no problem. Full fat Coke I can't stand because it's just so very... It tastes of syrup, and I don't like that. And there's this horrific syrupy aftertaste with full fat Coke. I just... no. Hard no. Do I have a steering wheel? Yes, it's under my desk. I'm using mouse and keyboard at the moment because I'm lazy. Park the spare the other way, a lot easier for loading. Yeah, but this allows me to do nose stands in the deer a lot more often. And that's kind of what I'm going for right here. Normal Coke is too... Yes, I'm with you there, UKL. It's just... it's too sweet and it tastes of syrup. Look at how much the front tires deform here. Hang on, I'm actually gonna... Look at that deformation. It's so good. Hey, darn. I'm not pouring it out over the side, am I? I was not. That tire deformation is going to be so much better in FS19 when the tires actually look like they're made of rubber instead of some weird plastic. Like, you look at things like that and you think, ah, that's going to be so much better in 19 because the way the game works in 19. You can't strongbow dark fruits. No, good lord, no, not strongbow. Let's move onwards. Because that's just way too heavy. Which one of these is less full? This one. I can't be bothered going down and getting my good oil from my E6, so I'm just going to use some emergency supply oil right now. Which I don't like as much, so I won't be probably using it as much, so. There we go. Beautiful. Perfect. Perfection! If I don't like sugary tastes... Oh no, I like Lucozade. Lucozade tastes like just pure sugar. The problem I have with Coke is the taste of syrup. Somebody forgot to unfold the spreader. Like, Lucozade I'm fine with because it tastes of sugar. Coke just tastes of the fructose syrup that they make it out of. Although the problem with Lucozade is I always just associate that with being sick, so I always kind of feel a bit iffy when I'm drinking Lucozade. Like, whenever I'm properly sick and down in the dumps like that, I will just demand Lucozade. What am I going to do after the spreading? I have no idea, Barry, I'll be honest. What we could do... Oh crap, I've just realised I needed money to buy a new baler. What we could do and what we probably will do is just deal with the cows real quick, because I think they need a bit more food. We'll probably just make sure all the animals are topped up on food and water. And then we'll head into summer. Because this is pretty much the last thing I need to do in spring. So let's get time ticking along here. Hey, you leaky. Farming boy, hello. 9k, yes, I know. It happened last night. I was kind of... I looked at Social Blade last night. I looked at my sub count last night. It was 8,999, and I got so angry. Because I hate when it's at 999. Will say in the summer should pay for the new beta. They should, actually. Except for one minor detail. I'm gonna have to tab out when we go to summer and download the baler because I forgot to. Kaylin O'Connor, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the RainbowDave Madhouse. Hope you enjoy your stay. I forgot to download the baler that I wanted. It's fine though, I know exactly where it is because I'm stealing it from the Frontier server like I do with everything. Because of course I am. So it'll only take me a minute at most to download the baler, get it into my mod folder, relaunch the game and activate the baler. So do not worry, it will be ready soon. Will the bigger bales not mess up the amount required for the feeder? No, actually, because what I'm doing, Darren, is I'm using pit silage. Basically for the very reason that you said, is like, if I were to use silage bales and only silage bales, yeah, it would mess up the amount I'd need in the feeder. But with Heston bales and using pit silage, it's fine. What was the first rule put in? No soybeans. There were 3 actually quite nice rules. I think the wheel still has one quite evil rule left. But the rest are all quite nice to me. Should get the Bunning Muck Spreader. Hessens are 6,000, Keenan holds 12,000. That actually makes the yeah, that makes mixed rations a lot easier, because then it's just one bale and then I top off the rest with silage. So not only will it not mess up the mix, it'll actually make the mix better. Because I'm kind of wanting to get rid of silage at the moment. I've got an excess of it. What is the new rule? No soybeans. I've got to close gates after using them, and I'm not allowed to use the infinite seed triggers, so I have to buy the big bags for seeds. Which isn't a big deal. None of those are big deals. Thought you needed straw and hay. Here's the thing, you can put straw into mixed rations. This is something that I think some people don't know, which I'm kind of a bit surprised by. You can put straw into mixed rations, yes. You don't actually have to. All you actually need for mixed rations to be total mixed ration is hay and silage. The straw is just there as filler. So for kind of ideal mixed rations where it all goes in the way it's supposed to, is just hay and silage. So that's the muck spreading done. We're finished, and we're gonna keep the tornado because this is so much more convenient. Nice description. Yeah, I didn't change the description from the last couple of streams, so it's kind of a wonky description. Hello Nathan, how you doing today, dude? I still have some hope that we will hit 10k. The channel will hit 10k by the end of the year. It's not a high hope, but it's a hope. I can hope. Where did I get all the money to afford that? I sold off the Abbey, had a bit of money left over from like random wool sales and milk sales, and I took out I think a 10 or 15,000 euro loan from the in-game bank. So there's no money cheat involved at all for once. I've just realised, by the way, I don't actually need to buy the baler today, because the summer jobs are going to be kind of few and far between. And while I do need to make hay, it's going to take me more than an hour and a half to make it all. What I will do, though, is I'll grab the John Deere. Michael donated $2.28, saying thanks for your support earlier. Thank you very much for the donation, Michael. It means a lot to me. There's a PayPal donation, which means I get almost all of that. There's a small bit goes to PayPal, and I think maybe a bit to Streamlabs. Unlike me to be above the Linux of the minus numbers, yeah. But the amount of cows and sheep that I now have, it's actually near impossible for me to go negative in money. Because I'm getting, you know, 30-odd thousand a day. It's 30-ish thousand from the cows, and if I were to sell the wool as soon as it came in, it's 30,000 per pallet, roughly. So money isn't really a thing anymore that I need to worry about. So I'm a bit more willing to pull out loans and stuff. And if I really wanted to, I could sell the manure, but with organic only, I'm going to want to save it up. How am I feeling today? I'm feeling good. I wasn't feeling sick yesterday, Drumlover. If people thought I didn't stream yesterday because I was feeling sick, no, I was... like, I wasn't planning on streaming at all yesterday. I needed to go shopping for clothes and stuff. So, I felt like a Monday was a good day to just dump a stream. To just not stream, and to, to go shopping instead. What difficulty are we playing on? Yes! I can't remember. I think it's medium. Just for balance reasons. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna fast forward time now. Hay pellet great demand, which I don't care about. We're just going to let time tick through until we can skip, which is going to be about 8 o'clock. There we go. We're going to skip to dawn because this is going to be... You didn't even notice. That's fine. Some people didn't. Yeah, some people don't notice that sometimes I don't stream on a Monday. So as you can see, we're now up to 32,000 monies, so we can repay the full loan. And it is now summer, day 1 of summer specifically, which means that once we've got the cows mucked out again, because we do need to muck the cows out again. How come I got this going down as episode 32? Because the last episode for this was a video, and it was episode 31. This is a live special, basically. What makes this special? The fact that this is a video series and I'm doing a stream of it. I know that I've been streaming on Shamrock a lot, but it's all been off-camera work, for the most part. This is, you know, effectively replacing 4 videos. But people wanted a you know, a longer version of the crowdsourced challenge, so I figured 9,000 would be a good time to do a 2-hour-long special for going down for kind of a reward to you guys. Thank you. Get Spanky's close and wear them to Germany. How about no? Spanky is intentionally ridiculous because I got forced to call him Spanky. How do you zoom out again? Mouse wheel out. Unless, oh, you're using creator tools and you've got whoops. You've got this problem here where you just zoomed in with the mouse wheel. Just hold down your right click and hit the mouse wheel and it'll zoom right back out. Makes life a lot easier. Something I could do, I've just realized, is cheat and get all... well, not cheat, but be cheeky and get all the gold nuggets, and that's something I might do. Because then I get 1 million and then not need to worry about having to buy the things that I need to buy. Well, I think what we're gonna do next is... I don't want to try and I don't want to sell off the wool before about 8 AM, 9 AM. So I think our next job is going to be just taking care of the animals. Just giving the cows some more mixed rations. Pigs are going to need some food as well. That's going to be a pain. Yeah, just generally dealing with the animal stuff. 9,007 subscribers. We are over 9,000. You're gonna miss creator tools. So am I. I'm gonna miss creator tools and drive control. Like they're 2 mods that just work so well, and I'm gonna miss them so much. No gold nugget collecting? No. So I am still allowed, for some reason, to use muscles mode. And I know that I'm not supposed to tab, but I'm going to do it just for the purposes of getting the stream moving a bit faster. Your e-cig batteries exploded. That sounds like charge protection chip failed. Or the lithium-ion battery somehow got pierced. Lithium batteries tend to be a bit explodey when they fail. Unfortunately. So we're gonna get the cows some extra rations. We also need to give the animals water. All of them. So how did this happen? Each bale is 140 kilos of hay, by the way, if you were wondering. So I'm just gonna say my dude is exceptionally strong and a power lifter. This though I couldn't possibly lift because it's a ton and a half of silage. It's quite a lot of silage. I'm gonna throw in a bit more silage just so that the ration is at 100%. Or the trailer's at 100%. Hey Richie! Grassy, hello, long time no see, dude. If memory serves. Can't recall you being around recently. So let's get this mixing. It's gonna take a little bit for this to mix up. I must buy a new tractor every year. No, because see, I thought about that being one of the initial rules, is that I had to swap out vehicles every year, but I'd end up with just too many. And there's not many vehicles that would be within the horsepower range that I want to keep. So this is going to take a little while to get the cows fully up. You missed me. Explain myself. The last owner of this just didn't care about it at all. And it was going cheap, so I mean... It still works just as well as everything else. But, you know, the previous owner just let the paint crumble off like that. Simulate is terrible at keeping his equipment. As you can see from the state of this Keenan, I bought it off him. He's just terrible at keeping his equipment. Have I got my piston? No, I've decided that I realized that I don't or shouldn't need to buy it today. Not in the stream at least. So what the plan is I'm gonna just continue the stream as normal, and if it gets to the point where I need to get the baler, then I'll get the baler. I shouldn't get to that point today though, because it'll be late summer before I need to mow, and in the meantime I'll need to take care of the animals anyway. My thought process is there. I don't know if it's a good thought process or not, because the next kind of fieldwork job is going to be mowing the grass for hay, to restock on hay. Did I ever play the original AoE? No, I've only ever played AoE 2. And even then I haven't played much of it. This little system I've got going for the feed wagon actually works, which is mildly surprising to me. That's TMR. You can empty it out. The mixer wagon mod that I'm using here is fantastic. That makes you actually mix the rations. Let's see if you can see the entirety of the... Oh, you can see the entirety of that auger. Okay, that's why it's in its entirety. Okay. The complaint I had where the auger I thought was an optimizational problem is gone. Rip. Might just be you, Bradley. Looks fine on my side still. How many cows do I actually have? 112. Wasn't a fan. I never played it when it was out originally, and it just, I don't know. Compared to Empire Earth, it just wasn't as good. And that would be kind of the direct comparison in games that I've played. Like, I felt like Empire Earth was just a better a better game. The original Empire Earth, not Empire Earth 2. And Age of Empires was kind of... I don't know, AoE 2 just didn't grab me as much. Messages won't send in chat. They are sending, Grassy, I can see them. See you, dude. Said you're on a flying visit and you'll see us later. Grassy, dude, if you're not in the Discord, rejoin it. Because I know you were in it at one point. You might have got knocked out during a prune at some point, though. It's telling you there's an error. What? YouTube's being weird again, guys. A sentence that I say all too much. Generic YouTuber sentence number 6. YouTube's being weird. Speaking of generic YouTuber sentences, if you're enjoying the stream right now, please do feel free to hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Derp 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 derp. And if you're watching the VOD, there's a button that lets you do comments. Empire Earth 2 I felt was just kind of a weakened, watered down version of Empire Earth 1. I've never played it, but just from looking at screenshots and seeing gameplay, it kind of was a watered down version of Empire Earth 1. Hello, Ashley! So how are we doing for cow feed here? Quite. They do need more water. The pigs need more base food, which I can't remember. The pigs need more corn, and only corn, for some reason. They also need more straw, which I've been just neglecting to give them. Had so much to gameplay mechanics. I might see if I can find it somewhere at some point. The problem with the Empire Earth games, though, is build limits on buildings. Oh, that's one of the things I hated, yeah. The thing about Empire Earth, and the big problem I have with it to this day, is that it's too good for me. I get like super addicted to the damn thing, and oh no, I'm stuck in the. There we go. I get super addicted to Empire Earth, and there was one point where I played for 8 hours straight and didn't realize it. So I was quite angry after that. You need to do cable management. I do as well. At some point, I need to manage my cables. Your tank's fine. So you put it in your spare battery box. Nice. I mean, that's not a worst case scenario, Bradley. Well, worst case scenario would be that you got hurt when the battery exploded. Unfortunately, with most electronics that have lithium-ion batteries, that's a risk you have to be willing to take. Especially like phones and e-cigs that you put close to your face. But they should have, in theory, charge protection circuitry installed, which prevents them from being over or undercharged and reduces the risk of the explosions. I might not be good with electronics, but I know bits and pieces. So let's get this in. Oh, I've pulled in too late there, haven't I? Yeah, there we go. It's gonna be fun to back out of, but we'll get it out. I think that's gonna be enough food for the cows for now, at least. First word you heard was explode. Are you in any way surprised the first word you heard in this stream was explode or on? Like, are you in any way, shape, or form surprised by that? I totally didn't just tab out to play some ads. I promise. Not anymore. Yeah, that's kind of my point, is you should just expect random nonsense to happen in these streams. Here's a question for you guys. Should I just sell the straw blower because I'd never use the damn thing anymore? Mainly because of the cows and the fact that, you know, the cows just take an insane amount of straw. But it is useful for the pigs, so I'm kind of in two minds. It's the same for the last 1,000 plus. And that's why people use adblock. Buy straw blower. Do you think I should sell it? See, I'm in two minds, just because I do use it for the pigs, because they don't need as much straw. Because, you know, I've only got... how many pigs do I have? Pigs... Not enough for it to be showing up as a warning. I've only got like 15, 20 pigs. Which I could buy more, but I don't think I need to. I don't feel like I need more pigs. So let's get the straw into the What? Well, we're off to the pigs with 350 kilos of straw. Hey, Ginger Steve. How you doing today, dude? Crap on a cracker. Why did I do that? Why was I being an idiot? I clearly wasn't paying attention to how much straw the cows actually had. I'm annoyed with myself over this one. This is what I get for not paying enough attention to things. It's 350 kilos of straw in a trailer. That the pigs aren't going to take 350 kilos, so I'm going to have to just straight dump some straw. I'm going to close the gates as I'm passing by them, by the way. The open gates will be closed as I pass by. Empty out on the ground in the barn by the pigs, and they're sorted for a while. Except seasons stew. That'll kill the straw regardless. Hey, GD. I've put too much straw into this because I didn't notice when I was checking the cows didn't actually need too much straw. And now I'm after the pigs to try and give them 350 kilos of the stuff. Can I just like coat the pigs in straw? Like that'd be the best way to get rid of it all. Is just straight up just coat the pigs entirely in straw. Straw pigs. Can I make straw pigs? It'd be very convenient if I could make straw pigs. I still think that this... Oh crap! They only took like 10 kilos. I have to come down here with the deer in a second anyway, and just feed them some. Some corn. I'm gonna just keep this in the mixer in the hopes that the cows need straw soon. Hey, Glengar. Yeah, I didn't read that as how we now, but he sure to spell backwards. I read that as what you want. What you want? We're a bit yawny now. G-Simmy. So the plan... There's a plan. I have a plan. There is a plan. I'm gonna give the animals all water now, because that's the next thing they need. And I'm actually gonna bring the deer down to the pigs first. Then I'm gonna shove the wool pellets out of the way, because it looks like they're still making wool. Looks like the sheep are still producing an inordinate amount of wool. Also, why is Pretzel like glowing yellow for me? Hang on. Is Pretzel trying to tell me something? No, it's just glowing yellow for some reason. What do I think of the new buggy in 19? The Mahindra. That looks quite good actually. I like it. I'm kind of hoping that they work as well as they look like they work, because they'd be quite fun to race. So I'm just tabbing around for ease. I know that I shouldn't, but I am. Hey, GD. I'm all yawny now again. I don't know why I'm all yawny. So one of the things that I got yesterday when I was out shopping, out in the shops, was actually, I am coming in here for a reason, by the way. That reason is to do a nudgy. Nice to know that still works as a tactics. Hey, Sylvan. One of the things that I got yesterday was a new case for my glasses, because I do plan on bringing them with me when I go over. Because I'm going to be doing a lot of reading. I'm going to be reading on the planes just to pass the time. And probably in the airports too. Again, to pass the time. Hello, Michael McAllister. Because I'm one of those nerds that reads books and things. And the book I'm going to be reading is actually a history of the Roman Empire. Ginger, I would wager that teaser featurette thing was planned for a while. How long is it on a plane? I think all 4 flights are like an hour and a bit each. But it's just I hate flying. I hate just sitting there doing nothing. So I'm gonna read just to pass the time. I find it incredibly boring to just sit there and I do nothing. So, is this book fiction? Sounds interesting. It's non-fiction. It's a true. It's a genuine history. Hang on. It's called SPQR, A History of Ancient Rome by Mary Beard. It's quite the big book. So I'm going to be reading this on the planes. Because I like educating myself. I like educating myself and stuff. Could read Modding for Dummies. Modding for Dummies, I find a lot of the stuff in there I already know, so I'm beyond the dummies stage. But if you're just beginning to mod, if you're just kind of coming to the game and saying, I have no idea what I'm doing, I need to, I want to learn modding. Modding for Dummies is actually surprisingly good. I still have bloomin' corn left over. I will never get rid of all the corn. Change this map into multi-fruit map. It'll probably love the streams. Yeah, I mean, Sylvan, that's what you should do with maps. I think everybody should do this, is just, like, take a map and for themselves, just tweak it to be whatever you want it to be. I wanted this map to look near identical. Or actually identical to the way that it was released. But I wanted the animals to kind of take care of themselves to a certain extent, especially the cows and the sheep. And especially seeing as I got 236 sheep. I wanted them to kind of take care of themselves and me to only need to put in things that I'd actually need to in real life. So the grazing mod made sense. I also wanted a way for slurry to make a bit more sense, so I asked Glenn Garn, he was very kind, and he put in the hose mod for me. Hey Joe, how you doing today, dude? Modding for Dummies aimed at you, you failed a texture change. Honestly, textures can be a bit finicky. Because, you can save it as the right DXT type, but get the DXT settings wrong. Trying to find the best slurry spreaders now, not as many as you hope for. Yeah, James, it's pain. The one that came out on 4D's Facebook page recently, the Abby 2500, came out, was it last week? The update came out. That I would strongly recommend. Works nicely with hose mod. It's not too small, and it's got some really nice configs. Is there a way you can get the hose mod done for you? If you ask Glenn Garden nicely, he might, but I mean, the alternative would be to watch Shy Wizard's tutorial on hose mod Auron. And before Shy Wizard appears saying, "Did somebody mention me?" Because a little known fact is me, Sim, and Landy, like, especially me and Sim, when we're looking for new things to do with maps, we usually just look at Shy Wizard's channel and be like, "Oh, what can we do? What's new? What's new and interesting and what's new and interesting with maps that can be done? What's Shy done this week?" Because he tends to find the really interesting, cool scripts and implement them. So all we really need to do is just follow his tutorials. Yeah, that is a problem, James. It's made easier by hose mod because you just pump out of one tanker and into the other. That's what I'll be doing anyway, if I ever get a second tanker. Come on, Phil, you are a water trailer, that is a water trigger. Phil. Apparently I was too far into the fuel trigger for it to work. I don't mind the fact that the class is down to 91 litres of fuel, by the way. Not a big deal. Nothing that I need to worry about anyway, because I do have the fuel bowser ready to go at a moment's notice if a tractor does run out of fuel. Little chieftain fuel bowser. How to install and open Shamrock Valley map. Download it from Giant's Mod Hub, and if you want to open it, unzip it. Ta-da! Done. You also need Giant's Editor to, if you want to do most tweaks to the map. Just so you can run some very, very basic tests. And see what tweaks you're doing. What's that noise? Is it a tapping noise? Because if it is, it's me jiggling my leg. If it's a rhythmic tapping that's not the music, that's me jiggling my leg. Because I have restless leg syndrome and I like jiggling my leg. Hey Irish farmer, how are you doing today, dude? Still seem too small, apart from that spring. I like the Abbeys. I personally don't see any issues with them. GG on 9k, thank you very much, Mossy. Have a look at the taillights and the chieftain. I will next time over the yard, Foxtrot. I probably could have given the sheep water before the pigs, but we're down here now, so we're giving the pigs water next. And then refilling out of the river because I'm lazy. And it's different. How much slurry have the pigs made? Not enough for it to even be visible. I do need... Oh, no, I don't. I was going to say, I do need to get the John Deere down here again to give the pigs straw. No, I don't, because I already gave them straw. Also, as it turns out, I don't need to refill this. Nice class, where did I get it? I stole it from the Frontier Designs multiplayer server. Hence why it's got a Frontier Designs a Frontier Design number plate. It is my own number plate, but mind you, I did retexture the number plate to suit. Remember to close the gates. I did close the gate. I'm doing my best. But I've got a really bad memory. That music is atrocious. No, go away. There is no link. You can find it elsewhere. I think it's on ModHoster Mossy, the original. It's a class Ariane 600. So there are links about there, just not ones for this very specific version, which is a private edit of a private edit. Because I think Bullet Bill, and well, Frontier, mainly Bullet Bill, because he gets angry. Just changed up to how the textures look specifically, how the dirt works, and he put a number plate on the back. And I think he tweaked the sounds too. But as for like there being a public version, there is one. It's just not... It's not identical to the one I'm using. Because it is the best way of putting it. It's still very good. Just not the one that I'm using. So that's the animals all sorted now, and the next job is going to be making lots and lots and lots and lots of money in order so that I can afford a Heston baler. And I'm not going to buy it immediately, because I want to actually just store money a bit, just in case something crops up that I've forgotten. I already did, Mahesh. To install it, you put it into your Farm Sim 17 mods folder. To open it, I think you mean in game, activate it in the game save, or select it. Well, select it as the map that you want to use. If you want to open it in GE, it takes a few extra steps because you got to unzip the map and then find the map of 1 i3D, and then open that in Giants Editor, which you've also got to download. But honestly, bluntly, editing maps is super easy. The hardest bit about learning to edit maps and learning to make maps and learning anything to do with modding is actually getting used to the controls for GE. Because there are times, and I still find this myself, where they're just counterintuitive. And that's just a thing with a lot of programs. Sometimes the controls are weird. You have a weird font which won't go away on Microsoft Edge, you can't read anything now. Go into your settings, James, and you'll find that you've accidentally reset the font somehow. What's happening with my map? My map was cancelled months ago, Quick Cube, dude. Do I think there'll be a class DLC in FS19? I don't know. I'd like to see one. You know, I'd love to see class coming into the game. Do I think it'll be in 19? I think that the better option for class, and maybe for Giants, would be to hold off until FS21 at this point, and have class be like the cover tractor for FS21 and the big huge announcement for that game. Have I not got a flatbed? I do, but I can't be bothered using it because there's only 4 pallets I need to move. Plus, it's a lot more fun to see how much money I make from the pallets. I'm going to turn time down to 1, just so that I make the most possible. If you enjoyed the stream, guys, hit the like button. We're going to aim for... I don't know how many likes we're on right now. We're aiming for 50. 50. And if we get that, then we'll aim for 75. We've got 72 people in chat right now. 75 should be achievable. If you are enjoying, you haven't hit the old Subaroonie button yet, you hit the Subaroonie button and you'll get exactly 1 free internet cookie. True fact. Internet cookies are given away for free on the internet. They're not edible though, they just exist only on the internet, but you'll get them. So we should make, let's see, 3 full and then 3/4. We're on 16,000 now. We should be up to about 130,000 by the end of this. Once we've sold off all the we should be up to about 130,000. What GPU do I have? GTX 980. It's not the greatest anymore, but it works. Unless I've underestimated this by a bit. I've underestimated this by a bit because that's 32. Yeah, 130,000 should be maybe 140. Should be our end cash here. Somewhere in that region, faux show. If you're doing likes, awesome. That's why I'm writing these down individually, by the way, is I can see exactly how much I'm making per pallet, and it's hilariously huge. Seasons is comically imbalanced when it comes to sheep. Nothing in settings, you're probably blind. Possibly. Or are we going to go directly under the train? We're going to go directly under the train. Train. That was cool. Dave making a map for FS19. I'm going to try, Mossy, I'm going to see how much time, it won't be any time at the beginning, for sure. Because I'm going to be spam playing the game like a billio. But I'm going to look into it. I'm going to see how much more difficult it is for 19 compared to 17. And I'm gonna see if some of the methods I used to use and some of the methods Bullet Bill and Oxygen David told me about will still work. If they do, then I'll definitely put a bit more thought into it. But right now, I'm just looking forward to playing FS19. I'll be very honest and very blunt. I'm more interested in playing the game than modding it right now. Make a map in PowerPoint. Is that even possible? I don't think it is. You can actually make bits of maps in Photoshop. You can do a DEM in Photoshop if you really wanted to, and you're a bit weird. What will I be doing in Germany? Playing FS19 as far as I'm aware. And I heard whispers today that I'm actually going to be the only English speaker, native English speaker there at for the days that I'll be there. Hey, Gregory. Thank you, Michael. Gonna switch browsers. Yeah, your problem there was probably Edge, James, I'll be honest. Using Edge is just plain a bad idea. Chrome for life, even though it eats all of the RAM. I've got 32 gigs of RAM and Chrome still insists on trying to eat it all. Up the Rebels? I'm fine with the Rebels. I like the Rebels. Cork's a nice county. It has an airport, which is nice and small and convenient. My sister actually flew out of Cork Airport yesterday. She's gone to the Algarve for a week. She left from Cork yesterday morning. And my parents are... she's coming back... Okay, here's a fun story. Here's a fun story. My sister's flying back from the Algarve on Tuesday of next week, and a couple of hours later, not kidding, a couple of hours later, my parents are flying out to the Algarve. So my sister yesterday got very cheeky, and she actually scoped out my parents' hotel for them. Apparently it's quite nice. But my parents are going away for I think a week as well to the Algarve, which I'm not gonna complain about. Although my sister's on nights that week, so you might get a couple of night streams from me. If I'm particularly bored and want to do some Flight Sim or Forza or something, I might do some Twitch-only streams. The rare Twitch streams. There's an airport, Dave is happy. Yes, I'm a plane nerd. I spent 5 hours on Saturday plane nerding for Simulate. Because I was trying to get him information about his flight that got cancelled, so I looked up the flight details of the plane that usually flies that route, and then looked up got some of the guys that know a bit more about planes than I do to tell me what the crosswind limit was for the type, the actual craft itself. And then I spent a few hours just looking up the raw non-English weather data, which is literally just a bunch of letters and numbers that, if you don't know what it means, is just random letters and numbers. For example, EGCC 081815Z 180, then a space, and then 18015, and just random letters and numbers, and that all is the weather, but it's just written down in such a weird way. Algebra? No, meters. Also, I just made up a fake meter for Manchester Airport for some reason. Which, I think it'll be information India or Juliet. I don't know if they use I as a weather indicator. Michael, I've already seen that. I think it's the video that I sent Sam earlier on, because I told him, I actually told him on Saturday there's going to be somebody out with a camera recording that, because crosswinds landings do great on YouTube among plane nerds. And it was a direct crosswind, so somebody went out there with a camera to record the direct crosswind landings and made a YouTube video about it. So, called it! I found that video today. There are some super skilled crosswind landings are super difficult to do. Bristol's your local airport, 30 minutes or so from Holland. Very nice. The TUI plane. Make sure you don't say Thompson anywhere near Traff. He will scream so loud. It's like trying to talk to him about Dash 8s. Hello again, Alexander. Exeter's yours. Sam wanted to fly out of, I think, Exeter. And ironically, if he did, he would have actually got off the ground, because Exeter, they had a direct headwind. Leeds Bradford is yours, Bradley? Good lord, that is famous for only ever having crosswinds. Shannon's the one closest to you, Cork's closest to me. Shannon's not too much farther away, but it's a lot more awkward to get to. So if I fly out of anywhere, it's either Cork or Dublin. I prefer Cork Airport. Like, of the airports that I would fly out of, Cork and Dublin, I prefer Cork because it's smaller and a lot easier to get around. When's the Dash 8 stream? Ask that Traff, Adam. It would Jaglinger by like I think 20 minutes on the road, but because with Shannon you kind of have to go through or around Limerick. Dublin would be more convenient to get to because it's just down the M8. I've gone the wrong way. It's just down the motorway, and then around the M50. So I have never flown out of Shannon, nor do I anticipate flying out of Shannon anytime soon. Cork Airport's more convenient, and then kind of my second choice would be Dublin. Dublin's a great airport. It's a good air. I'm not saying it's a bad airport, Fergal. It's just I don't like it. I don't like it because I've only ever flown out of there with Ryanair, and Ryanair's gates are at the very, very bloody end of the airport, so you gotta walk the length of the damn thing. Like, I've done this. Like, you go through security half hour before the plane is due to depart, and spend the entire half hour walking to the damn gate. Hey, Dusty. Stansted, sorry, London Stansted, London Southend, because if you're anywhere near London, yeah, then London City, Stansted, you wouldn't be too far from Luton, would you? It's actually, I'm not even kidding, by the way, guys. Southend Airport is actually called London Southend Airport because they've tacked London on. Hey, CD. See? Speaking of, I need to change the topic of the general on Discord. Ryanair planes are so bad. They're good planes. Like the Boeing 737-800 series is a... Excuse me? The Boeing 737-800 is a good plane, it's just that Ryanair isn't a very good airline. Didn't Stobart Air run their planes for Southend? Stobart still run planes, Foxtrot. If ever you see an Aer Lingus regional plane, and they're usually ATR 72s, they'd be the smaller the small prop planes that Aer Lingus run. That's all Stobart. I think they run small planes for other airlines too, but they're more of a charter company now. Did Stobart do passenger? They do, yeah. They fulfill the Aer Lingus regional flights. So most of the flights to the UK from Aer Lingus, I know definitely Newcastle, Bristol, as I've learned, are Aer Lingus serviced by Stobart Air. I did a good guess. I guessed 130 to 140,000 by the end of that, and we're pretty bang on. I should mention it's not Eddie Stobart. It's a different Stobart to Eddie Stobart. For those of you thinking I mean like the truck company. Stobart Air is a passenger airline. Or it was. I guess it still is because it's fulfilling Aer Lingus regional flights. So, next job on the agenda is gonna be probably feeding the cows again, actually. But we're gonna skip to late summer because we need to get into the grasswork again. The Eddie Stobart Trucking does have an air division, but it's not. Yeah, there is an air division of Stobart, Eddie Stobart, but it's not the same as Stobart Air that runs the Aer Lingus regional flights. In fact, it might be the same as Stobart Air, because the one that flies Aer Lingus is just called Stobart. I think. To Wikipedia I go. Okay, I'm on Wikipedia. I'm actually on Aer Lingus' website. Aer Lingus Regional Services operated in conjunction with our partner, Stobart Air, carry over 1 million passengers each year on lower demand routes between Ireland and the UK and France using ATR turboprop aircraft. I wasn't aware they actually had ATR 42s as well. I thought it was all the 72. So the next job is going to be just fast forwarding time a bit. This in a video I would normally just skip forward and cut out, but or I'd try to at least. But you have to do it on live on stream, so we're just going to sit through this. I need to make sure the manure doesn't get too insane, because we do have quite a few cows. Check the chieftain taillights. Yes, let's do that real quick. Because apparently there's a complaint about the chieftain taillights, CD. What about them? There's a... Oh, I see what the problem is. You've disabled some faces here, CD, that maybe should be enabled, because you got this big old thing at the back here, and then you go to the front and you can't, or, well, the front, I guess, of this here. You go to the very back of it, you can't see it except for one little tiny thing. There's some faces disabled that shouldn't really be disabled. So skip till morning, we're gonna skip to. What promos do you need to play in Ireland? Get the most up-to-date version, Wilson Agri. That's always just a plain good idea, is to get the most up-to-date version of Pro Mods, because it'll have bug fixes and stuff like that in, and you won't have as many issues. So we want to get to late summer here, so I'm just gonna... There's a great demand for wool. There's a... Are the sheep still producing wool? Oh, hell yeah. Come here, baby. How much is wool currently selling for? Oh my god, we're setting wool right the hell now. Stop time! We're actually gonna stop time. I mean the actual lenses of the lights. Well, hang on, because we've suddenly got an urgent need to sell wool. What is the current version? Is it 1? I don't know. I don't know what the current version number of Pro Mods is, but it's the one that you can download from this Pro Mods website. I've won the lotto, guys. Because I'm only allowed to sell wool during the summer, and we've just got a great demand in the summer. Gonna put on all of our celebration lights. What the crap? Whoa. The pallet glitched. I hate when it does that. The pallet glitched off the pallet forks. How much money am I gonna get? If it's 168,000 per ton, divide that by 10. 16.8k? That doesn't seem right. No, it's that number's per ton. So it'll be minimum 16 grand? That doesn't seem right at all. But I guess the price and no, it's higher than it was yesterday, so we should actually get more than 32,000 for this pallet. In theory. 169k a pallet. No, we're not going to get 169,000 from this one pallet. The great demand isn't going to be that good, guys. I know you'd love for me to get just this magically huge amount of money, but it's not going to be 169k per pallet. It might be, and I would be very happy if it was. Because then I could buy the Compost Master. But I sincerely doubt that it will be. I sincerely doubt it'll be like 169k we'll get for this. What's the price for the wool? 169,000 per ton. Sets. Oh my god. Slightly more than we got in the yesterday in game. 33,802 for that pallet. So if it's 169k per ton, I don't know how that works out, because that doesn't work out correctly. It should have been 16,900, because it's 100 kilos of wool. Ching, ching, bling, bling, dollar, dollar. I now have Shane McMahon's wrestling theme playing in my head, and if you're curious what that is, look up Shane McMahon Titantron. Baylor's definitely paid for it. Yeah, at this point, yes. That is... I have no concerns about getting a baler now. Can pay for a baler pretty easily now. Is there not 4,000 litres in the pallet? Yes, but a ton, as I'm seeing it in here, is... it depends on what the material is. Go to litres for a second and check it. Yeah, it's all you, isn't it? Production, let's go to litre and set the price as litre. Save that. So 846, €8.46 per litre times however many litres. So okay, I like that it's €8.46. I like how it gives the cent value as well. Air Simulate, my man Bobby Lashley. So that pallet's going to be fairly empty. 2,000 per pallet? I would guess so. I think it's 2,000 per pallet of wool. So if you guys want to times 8.46 times 153. GT just immediately knew what I was talking about. Leo Rush is so annoying. Yes, he is. It's only €8 something per litre. Yeah, but when you get many litre, it makes many money. So I'm going to swap back to metric tons. Because they are a measurement that makes sense to me. $8.46 times whatever it was, because I've swapped back to tons now. My man, simulate! My man! Sim's just gonna rage now and leave. Who's Leo Rush? He's a pro wrestler, Brendan, and he is the most annoying man in the world. Because he comes out with another wrestler called Bobby Lashley. Whenever Bobby Lashley is wrestling, Leo Rush is on the mic, constantly just screaming, "My man!" and doing the worst laugh in the world. I didn't do the laugh. just do the goofy laugh, and it's probably fairly similar. Leo Rush needs to be locked in a cage with Braun Strowman. SmackDown 1000, yes. Batista! And Ric Flair! And Mr. Deadman takes 20 minutes to get to the ring on Undertaker. The Undertaker returns for one night to take 20 minutes to get to the ring. Ric Flair will be out after him, and yet still overtake him. 2 hours into the show. I'm looking forward to SmackDown tonight for once. And, and John Cena got voiced by somebody else, yes. Mexican Sofa, thank you so much for that information, because that is the funniest thing. John Cena's in 2K19, but he's not actually voiced by John Cena! Gallows Kane. Oh my god, I would love if they brought that back for one night only. Gallows Kane, but the wig is even worse than before. Gallows Kane, but instead of the fake Kane wig, it's just an afro. Perm Kane. Your dog's name is Chimp. Well, your dog did some mixing for a video game recently, and he didn't do a particularly good job at it, dude. So what I'm gonna do is empty the manure out of the cows, and we're gonna need to give them more TMR because the cows are hungry, boys. Actually, it might just be water that they need. Hang on. It's primarily water, but they do need a bit more TMR. This is the issue with having literally hundreds of animals and the way that Seasons does it, which is 3-day cycles. The first priority is going to be cleaning out the manure. Are hungry girls? Yeah, they are girls, aren't they? Because they produce milk. I hope they're girls. Otherwise, we're producing some very, very dodgy materials. 2K want your DX Diag? Well, send them your DX Diag. You know how to get that to run, don't you, Sim? Just go into the run menu and hit DX Diag and enter immediately. The funny thing is, they're blaming your computer for their game being terrible. I guarantee it. They're gonna say, "Oh yeah, it's your graphics card is causing this." No, it's your game. No. It'll just give them your graphics card info. It's literally just system info it gives them. So like your motherboard, which they'll likely blame the motherboard. The CPU, GPU, how much RAM you've got, and if they blame the RAM, then their game is terrible. MS Info is the other one. Yeah, Landy should be going live in about 10 minutes, by the way, guys. Go milk the bulls! Yeah, all of our cows are male, yet still produce milk somehow. We're running a dodgy farm. All of our milk is produced by rats. Bright side, we are actually starting to restock the manure pile. Which hopefully will be big enough by the time we need it to actually supply all the fields with manure. Glengar's just realised what I was doing. So hopefully that manure pile will be big enough by the time we need to spread some more manure that it'll be good. And also the slurry pit is slowly but surely filling up. Again, hopefully it'll be full enough by the time we need to use it, and unfortunately we will need to use it on the grass in the late summer, which hopefully we'll have enough for that. Just gonna tab over to the class. I know that I'm not supposed to tab, by the way, but blah. I'm conveniently ignoring that rule. Hey, VF. Back it on up. Oh crap on it! This is still full of straw! By the way, Mr. Simulate! Mr. Simulate! I'm using Seasons Geo. Oh crap! I'm using the Seasons Geo you made. Which is why it's 17 degrees. Is this gonna work? No. Well, it's not even a temptation, it's just a convenience thing, VF. Is it gonna work if I do it this way? No. It's rude. No, let me do the thing. No, let me give cow straw. Please accept like 300 kilos of straw. That'd be very nice indeed if you did. Because, oh crap. Does it rain a lot in Seasons Geo? It rains quite a lot, yes. Especially in the autumn, winter and spring times. It's quite very rainy. I'm just gonna dump it on the ground. No, don't pull this crap on me now. This is what happens when you accidentally just throw straw into the damn thing and forget the cows don't need as much straw as you're trying to give them. Whoops. Too high. There we go. Just right. Do. Will there be snow every year? It's based on kind of an average year for Ireland, so there might be snow every so often. Probably would be. I heard a bit of info about that myself today. That's both... it's mainly terrifying. Nothing that anybody else needs to know though, so... it's not the big deal. Landy's schedule started 10 past. What's he going to be playing, Michael? Because he was toying with the idea of Farm Sim and or Forza, so it's kind of 50-50 there. As far as I'm aware. Farm Sim. Okay, he made the decision. He made his mind up. He couldn't decide when I was on TeamSpeak, so I wasn't quite sure what he was going to do. I mean, bright side here, we've got tons of silage left, so we're not going to be running out of silage anytime soon. Even if we do, we've still got the secondary pit. It's looking like third cut in the autumn is actually going to go straight down to the BGA to preload that a bit, which is nice. I shouldn't need to give the cows too much food because I did feed them fairly recently, and they do eat less during the summer. This is just kind of a top-up for them. Yeah, in fact, it should only just... yeah, we'll get away with just feeding this one wagon. No, I haven't, Michael. I haven't got rid of the unit conversion mod because it works fine. When me and Landy were concerned about the bug, it was because... when me and Landy were concerned about the Lua script errors that we saw, it was because we thought it was the unit conversion. My units are measured in now metric tons. Because that's really what you would measure silage in. You wouldn't really measure it in litres. So grain's going to be measured in tons when we get harvesting as well, which is nice. Speaking of nice, I smell food. Need to get that mod. Yeah, the Landy was saying it might conflict with some stuff. I haven't found that. I think there was an older version that did. But the version I'm using and the yeah, it's on the mod of VF. The version I'm using works fine. And you can, if you want, just measure everything in quarts. UK quarts at that. You know, for extra awkwardness, use a measurement that literally nobody does anymore. I can also, if I'm feeling particularly sassy, measure liquids in... can I actually do this? Has he made it this silly? Oh, why can't I measure it in milliliters? Boo! Yes, that's saving the changes. I wanted to see just this insane number of milliliters come up. You have meatballs tonight. Very nice. How are the cows doing for water? That's 50%. They need a full tanker of water again. Oh yeah, it's summer. They're gonna need more water in the summer. That makes sense. Wrong button. You just had McDonald's, very nice. Hey Archie! What's so special about the special? This is going to go live pretty much immediately after the stream as a video. It'll be episode 32. It's going to be today's video, in fact. Because I couldn't be bothered recording yesterday. I didn't feel like the Mahindra teaser that came out, the Mahindra trailer came out today. I didn't feel like there was anything worth talking about with that. I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's tons worth talking about, but I did, just from watching through quickly myself, I didn't see anything that warranted a video. Is that front thing no. It's just a weird little strap on the tanker for some reason. Thought that was measuring how full it was. Thank you, Via. Oh, I can turn time back on, by the way. Whoops. Also, that gate needs to be closed because I don't need it anymore. The Ariana makes it look so much better. Bullet Bill does a good job when he tweaks stuff. He's a bit of a wizard. His rage is amazing. No one broke it down. Landy did. Sim did, I think. Dagorn probably did. So there's a few videos out there of it, and of course Giants have the full trailer, the full teaser itself on their YouTube page. Ah, I see the cow conga lines back in place. You go, Bessies. You weird animals. See, Massey, Landy's live, Landy's on countdown, he's starting earlier than it said. He was probably thinking he'd be late for some reason. So he didn't even get to the mowing today, never mind actually having hay to bale. So that is gonna do it for today. I'm hoping that tomorrow, well, I expect we'll have a video tomorrow of some mowing. Because that's what the next job is mowing the grass for the hay, because I need to restock the hay. And in fact, the next video might just be selling off the hay bales. Because I'm going to be mowing pretty imminently. It'll be the next in-game day I'll be mowing for the hay. Then I should be good to do basically set off all the hay bales. But see you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like and subscribe and all that nonsense. Until next time, stay safe and goodbye.